I don't know. Okay. I don't think I got all of this.
How come you got a light flashing on the room to that?
I don't know.
Find out.
How am I supposed to find out?
And LeMay. Come on, pass.
What is it?
Baseball card.
Okay. Let's see a couple of them.
Oh, the football and basketball.
Show them this way. Send them this way. Okay. Next page.
In the early 1980s in Utah, 23-year-old Von Lester Taylor had already built up a violent criminal record, including burglary and sexual assault. 21-year-old Edward Stephen Deli, by contrast, had a history of lesser crimes, mostly burglary and theft. Both men were serving time at Utah State Prison before being placed in a community halfway house in Salt Lake City as part of a rehabilitation program. Between December 20th and 21st, 1984, Taylor and Deli walked away from the halfway house, essentially escaping. They made their way into the Wasatch Mountains, searching for shelter, food, and a car. At some point, they managed to arm themselves with guns. On December 22nd, 1984, they came across the Tide family cabin, where Rolf and Kay, Tide, their 2 daughters, and their daughter's boyfriend were spending Christmas. Armed, Taylor and Deli stormed inside, tied up the family, and demanded money, car keys, and supplies. Tragically, Kay Tide was the first to be shot and killed. Moments later, Beth Potts, the mother of the daughter's boyfriend, arrived to check on her son. She too was murdered by Taylor. Taylor and Deli then forced the surviving hostages into the family's vehicle. Before leaving, they set fire to the cabin. While being driven away, Rolf Tide managed to escape and ran for help, which allowed authorities to respond quickly. The next day, both men were captured less than 24 hours after the murders. They confessed to their involvement, though Taylor admitted to pulling the trigger. In 1985, Von Lester Taylor pleaded guilty to 2 counts of capital murder and was sentenced to death, where he remains today on Utah's death row, making him one of the longest-serving inmates there. Edward Deli was sentenced to life without parole, since he participated in restraining the victims, but did not fire any shots. This is alleged footage of Von Lester Taylor and Edward Deli opening Christmas presents just moments before the tragic event took place. Some rumors suggest that additional footage exists, but none of these claims have ever been confirmed.
It's 5. Okay, now 5 is a lot, right? I'm gonna give you some credit. Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great.
Charlie Kirk was a prominent conservative Christian activist, commentator, and social media figure. His content mainly featured political commentary and interviews, but he became best known for debating people with opposing viewpoints. One of his signature approaches was setting up a table on college campuses to engage students in political debates. On September 10, 2025, Charlie Kirk began his American Comeback Tour, intending to debate at least 15 colleges across 9 states. Utah Valley University was the first stop, but tragically the tour was cut short before he could finish his opening event. During a debate on mass shootings, Kirk was suddenly shot in the neck by an assailant positioned on the roof of the Losi Center, approximately 430 feet from the stage. Onlookers watched in shock as blood poured from the wound. He was rushed to Timpanogos Regional Hospital in Orem, Utah. But despite medical efforts, he was pronounced dead shortly after arrival at the age of 31, leaving behind 2 children. Shortly after the shooting, 71-year-old George Hodgson Zinn began shouting that he was the shooter and demanded that police shoot him, leading to his arrest. He later admitted he had no involvement and falsely confessed in an attempt to distract authorities. Nevertheless, Zinn was charged with obstructing justice, a second-degree felony, and was also booked in connection with images on his cell phone depicting child abuse. He was taken into custody after being released from a hospital where he had been treated for a medical condition. 2 days after Kirk's death, the actual suspect, 22-year-old Tyler Robinson of Washington County, Utah, was apprehended following a 2-day manhunt. Robinson has been charged with capital murder, and prosecutors are planning to seek the death penalty.
So let's time this. We'll record this here. It's all timed like that.
Gang stalking is when someone feels that multiple people are deliberately watching, following, or harassing them over an extended period. Those who report being gang stalked often describe strangers appearing in their daily life, strange phone calls or online messages, objects in their home being moved, or constant noise and other forms of harassment. They feel targeted.
See? It's all timed like that. Okay, there's my off one. She waits here, wait till I come out and then doesn't he? Like, oh, there we go. So they got the neighbors doing it now, like a lot of them, eh? Did you find that a bit suspicious? She sits here, as soon as she sees me, gets up, goes to the mailbox, just like the guy right here, same timing. Alright. And there you go. First one of the day. That means that we're gonna get some good shit today.
Isolated and frightened because the behavior seems organized and ongoing, often involving a group rather than just one individual. Skeptics doubt gang stalking exists because there is usually little solid evidence, no clear photos, records, or reliable witnesses. Experts note that some reported cases can be explained by normal conflict, a single stalker, misunderstandings, drug-induced psychosis, or mental health conditions such as schizophrenia, which can cause hallucinations, or delusional disorder, which can lead a person to firmly believe others are trying to harm or watch them even without proof. This video, recorded on May 17, 2021, by an unknown individual who believes he is being gang stalked, shows him walking around his apartment building pointing out the people he thinks are targeting him. He also provides a voiceover to explain what's happening. The result is a fascinating and unsettling glimpse into his perspective.
So this is the spot I go to before I go to the gym, and you've seen it in plenty of my videos, and they always do something here. You notice the two white vans on the side of the street? Right when I show up, they both get into the vans at the exact same time. Two white vans parked beside each other. It's also worth mentioning that these two white vans aren't from the same company or anything. They're two different white vans. Remember last time I was here, you saw the let's see if we get a hand signal here. Let's see if we get a hand signal. No. But we gotta look. Here comes the helicopter right above my head. Hear it? There it is right there. You see? Right there. So you see that? Right at perfect time, right when I show up. So you can see that it's so low and it's driving so slow. So it's gonna do probably a circle here, right? You see that, right? Okay. And we're recording. So I mean, there you go again, right? You think this is a coincidence? That's fine. I know it's not, and I'm being stalked. Oh, here comes the chopper. So let's see what it does here. Just right when I'm about to leave, here comes the chopper. Let's watch. That's the police helicopter. He's watching me right now. He's gonna fly right above my head. See? You see that though? Right above my head, man. Oh, there you go. There you go. Because I'm on a watch list, man. But not just on a watch list, on a watch list from the police, from the government, and from criminals too. Fuck. From like drug dealers and their clientele, plus the police on top of it. Right? There he comes again. So I'm gonna go home now. You see it right there, eh? I'm gonna get going now and see what happens. See if I get shadowed all the way home. There he comes. He's gonna do another pass above my head, no doubt. Yeah. So I'm being stalked right now, like by the fucking police helicopter. See? He's watching me, man. You see that though, eh? You see how he's perfectly timing that though? You see how slow he's going? Look at how slow it is. You see that though? Do you doubt that? You think that's a coincidence? You're gonna see on that corner when I first came. Look at this. You see all the cars coming here? Is this one gonna circle too? No. Yeah. You see this? You see what they're doing? Watch. You see this? You see that though? One later. You see right there? They're Asian. Right? He's watching me. Let's see. Here comes the chopper again. This is where I live right here. As you've seen up other of my videos. And here comes the chopper. For another pass above my head, I'm thinking. Close enough, eh? But no squad cars. You notice that? You see it? It's... There it is. All the way to my house, it follows me. If you want to think that's a coincidence, you can go ahead, but I know it's not, right? Because they've done this to me plenty of times in the past. And all I did was have a cigarette. That's it. So, he'll be gone now. His assignment's up, and boom. He won't be doing another pass. He'll just be, boom, on to other business here. There you go. You got this one just staring here.
On the night of August 22nd, 2025, 23-year-old Irina Zarutska, a Ukrainian refugee living in the Charlotte area, boarded the Lynx Blue Line light rail. Just minutes after she sat down, a man seated behind her pulled out a pocket knife and stabbed her in the side of the neck. At first, Irina did not seem to realize the severity of her injury. Likely fueled by adrenaline, she stood and walked a few steps before collapsing from the fatal wound. Despite immediate aid, she was pronounced dead at the scene. The attacker fled into the station but was quickly arrested on the platform. Police identified him as 34-year-old DeCarlos Brown Jr., a homeless man with a documented history of mental illness. He is charged in state court with first-degree murder and in federal court with an act causing death on a mass transportation system. Both charges carry the potential penalties of life imprisonment or death. He is currently being held without bond and has been ordered to undergo psychiatric evaluation. Reports indicate that Brown, who has been diagnosed with schizophrenia, had stopped taking his prescribed medication in the months before the attack. He also has a criminal history with multiple arrests, and his family has described a consistent pattern of violent behavior. Surveillance footage from inside the train, which showed the entire incident, was later released publicly, sparking widespread outrage and grief. The case went even more viral after rapper DaBaby released a controversial music video depicting a recreation of Irina's death, though in his version, he saves her. The video was widely condemned as tone-deaf and disrespectful. At this time, both the state and federal prosecutions against Brown remain ongoing. Chandramouli Nagamalaya, a 50-year-old Indian-origin motel manager from Bengaluru, was working at the Downtown Suites Motel in Dallas, Texas, on September 10, 2025, when he confronted his co-worker, Yordanis Cobos Martinez, a 37-year-old Cuban national with a violent criminal history, including aggravated assault, indecency with a child, and a prior carjacking. Chandra had instructed Martinez not to use a malfunctioning washing machine. Martinez reportedly became enraged when Chandra used a translator to communicate, as he did not speak Spanish. The argument quickly escalated. Martinez retrieved a machete and beheaded Chandra in front of his wife and teenage son, who can be seen on security footage attempting to intervene. In a gruesome act, Martinez kicked Chandra's severed head like a soccer ball across the parking lot before discarding it in a nearby motel dumpster. Dallas fire rescue personnel arrived to find Martinez still holding the machete and covered in blood. He was arrested at the scene and later confessed to the murder. He is currently facing capital murder charges, is being held without bond, and has an immigration detainer lodged by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, also known as ICE. The incident has shocked both the Dallas community and the world alike. A fundraiser for Chandra's family has raised nearly $200,000 to support funeral expenses and his son's education. In Virginia, the weekly average of children reported missing in 2025 currently stands at 98, with a total of 3,274 cases documented by the Missing Children Clearinghouse since January. While most of these incidents involve runaways who return home relatively quickly, a recent wave of unusual activity has alarmed residents across the state. Late-night sightings of ice cream trucks, often around 1 or 2 a.m., have been reported in multiple neighborhoods, raising questions and fueling speculation. Videos captured by local residents show the trucks driving through streets at odd hours, sometimes stopping in front of homes, and many of these clips have gone viral on social media platforms, sparking widespread discussion. In August 2025, the Virginia State Police issued a statement in response to these viral posts and the growing public concern about possible mass abductions. The department emphasized that there is no evidence to suggest the trucks are involved in any criminal activity and reminded the public that nearly all missing child cases are investigated at the local level, with the majority being runaway incidents rather than abductions. Authorities also encouraged parents and guardians to remain vigilant, but to avoid jumping to conclusions based on unverified social media content. Despite these reassurances, a segment of the public remains suspicious. Some speculate that the ice cream trucks could be serving as a cover for illicit activities, including child trafficking, with the unusual late-night timing designed to evade notice from law enforcement. Others argue that the phenomenon may simply be the result of overactive imaginations amplified by viral videos and conspiracy-driven narratives online. Social media users continue to debate the issue, sharing clips, theories, and observations, leaving many to wonder whether there is any real danger or if it is largely an overblown reaction to coincidental events. Here are some of the clips of these ice cream trucks so you can see for yourself and decide whether there's something genuinely sinister happening, or if this is simply a case of fear and speculation spiraling out of control.